Yeah, if I got a deal, sure, of course I do. No, not quite, but negotiations start again tomorrow at our offices, and I think it's 3 days this week, and then, I don't know, 2 or 3 next week. Hard for me to remember exactly what the schedule is. I can go look at the PDA and find out. But, you know, the question is to keep at it. There's a ways to go yet.
What are you making progress in? What issues?
Well, it's not a question at this point of making progress on discrete issues in terms of saying we're making progress on this issue or that issue or the other issue. It's in terms of clearing away the underbrush, making sure we have all of everybody's initial proposals and ideas out in the open. We're going to hear more from the NHL this week in that regard. And then hopefully after that we can begin to really cross matches and see what we can do.
You mentioned the initial proposal. Their initial proposal was a 20% pay cut. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, it was more than that. Look, I've said what I've said before. What would you feel like if somebody came to you? Or what would anybody else feel like? Especially in an industry in which revenue has gone up extraordinarily over the last 7 years. But it's what we're faced with.
At what point do you decide to make a counter proposal or put forth where you guys, where the NHLPA?
Short answer is it's I hate to say it this way, but it's when we're ready. We've asked for a bunch of additional financial information. They've indicated that the preparation is in progress, and we'll need to review that before we come to any final conclusions. And I got to turn my head left, or I'm going to get shot here.
Donald, did the Shea Weber deal score something for your side in terms of the term and the money?
Look, I don't keep score that way. What I've said about player contracts, and I'll continue to say, especially when you see one like that one or the earlier ones this year or things in past years or so on, is the contracts speak for themselves. You know, you don't have to be somebody extraordinarily well versed in the intricacies of hockey and economics and capology to draw conclusions from it.
A lot of the talk from the owner side has been basically, well, we have this system now, the salary cap system, as if it's there forever. Do you see it that way? Do you see any problem from your side of suggesting a new way of doing things?
When and if we come to the conclusion we want to suggest a new way of doing things, whether it's in that area, whether it's changing the system, whether it's scrapping it, whether it's additional revenue sharing, we won't have any problem in making that suggestion, just as they did the last time. You know, it's when you hear that, you know, it how should I say this? It has the suggestion of a poll-tested phrase, focus group-tested phrase.
I mean, you're an old hat at negotiations, and
yeah, I'm an old guy generally. Yeah, go ahead.
We're all getting there. But I mean, what's the sense of where you are right now as compared to previous labor negotiations you might have been involved in?
We're still early in the process, but you know, the no doubt about it, the owners have pointed us in the direction of some very tough hills to climb. Okay.
Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Don.
All right.